Hey, that's me again. Uh, so I'm planning on just doing some finish up touches to my flooring since, well, if you guys have watched my videos, you know very well that I made a oopsie in my hardwood floor. I if you guys haven't seen the videos, you guys should go back to the time that I was doing my flooring, installing the hardwood floor in my office area in my RV. So basically, when I went to put down the hardwood floor panels, I kind of screwed up, and now that there's a little gap, which kind of bugs me because I know it's there. If you don't know it's there, you don't look at it, it's not a big deal. But I know it's there, it kind of bugs me. I sit there with my chair, my office chair that's, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's back there. And, well, the rollers catch into it. And that's just kind of it bugs me. I don't know how to put it, it just bugs me. So, I'm going to show you guys a little trick. I got this wood filler, and it's dark, so it should blend in. I mean, it's such a small little gap, you can't see it, and I'm just hoping that it'll take care of the problem. And that way I know that it's at least sealed, so if something does spill, I don't have to worry about it getting actually inside the wood. So, I'm going to show you, like, basically I'm just going to show you guys how I do it. Again, if it's not the right way, it works for me. Hey, it works for me. You guys know a better way of doing this kind of stuff? Cool. Um, I'll show you guys in a little while the tool I'll be using. It's just a regular, I don't know what you call them, a putty knife, I guess. So, and also, I'm hoping that the video quality is going to be better. I don't think I'm going to have to worry about running out of my battery life, and I had to switch back to my phone. I had to go switch back to my camera, which wasn't actually a video camera. It was just like a regular camera you take pictures with, but it has a video function on it. But I saw the videos, and I'm sorry guys, I didn't know it had such a hard time focusing. It was really bugging me. So I got a brand new camera, a camcorder actually, and it seems to work great. I haven't had any problems with it. So, and I got a bunch of SD cards, so I should be good with space and storage wise. I'm hoping it'll be better quality for you guys. And just give you guys a little update about what I've done so far. I'm gonna have to turn a light over there, but my daughter's bedroom, as if you guys have watched my other videos, my daughter's bedroom is up there at the loft. So she has a ladder that she climbs up on. Well, I was doing some work up there, and I noticed that the ladder was actually digging into my new carpet, and it didn't do any damage to it, but I was like, oh, it's really going to dig into my carpet, and it's gonna eventually, over time, put some holes into my carpet, and I certainly don't want that. After spending all that time and money into that, no, I want to keep it as pristine as possible. Anyways, I'm gonna show you guys real quick how I did that. I just went and got myself a regular doormat. Um, as you guys can see, the ladder, it's just gonna be like into that doormat. It's a pretty nice doormat. Um, I I don't know. It's some kind of. I'm guessing it's rubber. think there might be some gel in here. I'm not sure, but it's a good quality doormat. It should last me a while, and I don't have to worry about the ladder digging holes into my new carpet that I, installed recently. So, anyway, that's that, and yeah, I mean, I do think that it looks much better than it did before. And yeah, I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is the gap I'm talking about. I want to fix that, especially right around here. There's some pretty big holes right here and there. So yeah, I'm going to be doing the best I can to basically touch that up. And yeah, obviously I need to clean that, but it's not too big of a deal. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. There's a pretty good sized gap right here, so I'm gonna fix that. Okay, so I got my tool and my wood filler, and I'm gonna go ahead and start doing this. As you guys will see in a minute, I am using my windshield sunscreen cover to protect my knees, because now that this is hardwood floor, it's really gonna be getting sore for my knees. And again, I'm kneeing down to just get this done, and that's not a way for me to do it. Anyways, so we'll see here. Of course, I want this to be all super clean, so I'm gonna be cleaning that. Now, this says that you need to be sanding it. I really hope that I don't have to do that. I mean, I shouldn't have to, considering it's so small. But I do think that I should get some paper towel. Just in case. It's right there. And yeah, it says to use a putty knife, which this is my putty knife. I don't know what happened to my other one. It's probably somewhere in storage. Uh-huh. Well, I do like this. It's a really narrow opening. You have to cut that. I don't want one too big, so let's see. Yeah, I haven't cut it open yet. Now it's open. I think I need a bigger opening. This is just going to take forever to get out. Golden oak. I hope that's the right color. There you go. Need to do this a bit more. Man, this stuff is very... I don't know. You can't go without having to use your finger. I know I'm gonna have to use my finger. You know, somehow I knew I was gonna have to use my finger. Even if I wanted to use a putty knife for this, it wouldn't really be a good choice because the putty knife will pretty much only get the, like the top, and this is a little bit off level. Not much, but it's good enough to make it so that it won't really get in here. So yes, I use a little bit of my spit on the paper towel because it's just easier, and I'm just doing this so I can wipe off the excess stuff that's on the hardwood floor and just make it nice and smooth. That is actually a cut in the wood. Okay, so I did go and use some mortar on my paper towel just because there was a lot of excess of the stuff, and I just figured that using some water on a paper towel is the best thing to do to get rid of the excess. And it does work pretty well. Okay. So, there's a big gap here. Huge gap. So, I'm going to try to fix that. And, I mean, you know, as long as the stuff blends into it, I'm really hoping this is not just going to be that color. I mean, it might very well be. I guess I was going a little too light on it. But too late now. I was hoping that it would darken. But I guess this is it. Oh well. If it won't darken, that's okay. As long as the gaps are filled in, I don't care that much. That's the like most important part to me, is that these gaps are filled in. Because you don't want these gaps to be open. Um, if they're open, well, one, you can get a lot of debris in here. And I don't want that. Just alone the fact that there's nothing else in between this and the subfloor. And, you know, I tend to go and mop this, which, you know, that's still a new thing for me. But yeah, I just really want to make sure that these gaps are filled up, because with me mopping, or even, you know, something happens and something gets spilled, well, that's just gonna go right down to the subfloor, which is also wood. And that's the last thing I need, is for that subfloor to start rotting. And I mean, it's just not good. You definitely don't want things to get on that as much as possible. So one thing is for sure, anytime you're doing something that involves a putty knife, always make sure you got some kind of whack or paper towels, in my case. Yeah, I know that I'm going pretty heavy on this, but that's because this is a major, big gap. And I want this to be at least as smooth as it can get. So I'm really just caking this on here, because when I'm done, like now, I'm probably going to be taking a good amount off anyway by trying to get rid of that excess. Okay. Really not the color I wanted to go with, but that's fine. At least I know that this is sealed. I really was hoping that this would be turning dark. Who knows? Maybe it will. But I kind of doubt it. I think this is just the kind of color it's gonna be. But you know what? It's fine. Like I said, all that I was concerned about was really just filling in the gap that I was having. And it looks like it did that. I mean, this portion here didn't have a gap, but this was still exposed. to the raw wood of the flooring. You don't want the raw wood to be exposed, because mopping and things spilling, maybe spilling on here, it can cause the wood to get damaged. You don't want that. So now that I use the wet part and removing the excess, now I'm basically using I need to get a new piece. I'm basically using now a dry paper towel just to really get these this excess amount out or off, however you want to put that. The wet allowed me to at least semi moisten this up, but it also spreads it around more. So to make up for it, you just use a dry piece to make sure that it's all gone, and only the part that you want it to be filled is filled. And this might have to be like going over it several times. But it'll be so much better once you get it all done. It's already starting to harden, which is good. But yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be staying this color. That's fine. Not what I had anticipated on. But I guess I should have gone with a darker color. I seriously had thought it was going to turn darker. But, I'm not worried about it. I mean, sure, it might bother some people. But it doesn't bother me. And I'm just happy that the gaps are filled in. That is one thing that really was bothering me. Anyway, that was one thing that was really bothering me. That knowing and seeing the gap in here, and the newly fresh wood I just went and put over here. And yeah, okay, it's not the correct color. That's fine. Now at least I know that it's filled in, and I don't have to worry about something maybe spilling in and then, oh no, now it's gonna seep down to the subfloor and it's gonna sit there, and hopefully it'll dry, hopefully it'll not damage it, but more than likely you will get some damage from it. And I, I don't have to worry about debris or anything getting into that. my chair is probably going to be able to roll a little bit easier now over this. I mean, it didn't have any problems before, but I could always feel that like little, oh, there's a gap. Which, okay, well, fine, you know, I can get used to that, but knowing that, okay, there's a gap, so better, you know, mopping it, be like, oh, I better make sure I don't get that area there, because it's going to seep through, or it's going to, you know, not that it would, but it could, chances there.